I've been playing sports and cooking food my entire life. Now I want to take you on an incredible journey to meet some outstanding athletes, try some awesome recipes with a side of tantalizing conversations. I'm Jen Heasley. This is Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros. So, who do you want in your kitchen on game day? Welcome again to Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros, and today I have an amazing menu and an amazing guest. We have become very good friends quite quickly. It's Adrian Hamilton from the Baltimore Ravens, so he'll be on set in a few minutes with me. But we have this great menu. The menu is, because he likes catfish, so we talked about that. So we're doing catfish and hoe cakes. And the hoe cake is like a combination of like a pancake and cornbread. And then we're going to have a honey habanero sauce. Delicious. We're going to do a hash brown casserole, which is going to be spicy because it's a chipotle sour cream mixed in. And then we're going to have some fruit dip, which is delicious. My kids love it. This is probably like their favorite thing ever. And to round it out, we're going to have a drink called an orange crush. Who does not know what an orange crush is? So lovely. It's a brunch menu, obviously. So my tailgating tip for the day, whenever you have your friends over to the house, you should have a bunch of, I call them koozies, people call them can coolers, but whatever you want to call them. It cools the drink. Cools the drink down or keeps the drink warm. Mine, as you can see, has my logo. My logo, it's awesome. So with my logo, I have put this on my can cooler. You could get, though, what I've learned is your kids' maybe soccer team or football team put on here, or just get a bunch to have your favorite NFL team, favorite baseball team, favorite basketball team. It really doesn't matter. So get yourself a bunch of can coolers. Because we're going to be working with fish today, and I'm going to actually fry some chicken as well, you should always be able to make sure you have a clean, sanitary environment. So I always have my apron. You never see me with an apron, but today I have an apron on. And I always have hand towels to the side. And I usually often use hand sanitizer or just wash my hands in the sink. But you always want to make sure that you do not cross-contaminate when cooking fish or cooking chicken. Let me turn my hoe cake. I have a hoe cake going on here. I don't want to burn it. So that's one of my tips. Also, whenever I do my fruit dip, anytime I do fruit salads, I don't do fruit salads. I actually use skewers. So I skewer all my fruit, and this is another tip because I like my toothpicks, you know. I like my little boats that I use. So this is something that you want to use whenever you serve fruit as opposed to making a fruit salad. This is so much easier. You can dip it into the dip much better, much easier. Okay, so let's move on to the hoe cakes. The hoe cake, as I said, is a combination between a pancake and a cornbread. So you basically take 1 cup of self-rising cornmeal, not regular cornmeal, but self-rising cornmeal, a cup of flour. You're going to take about 3/4 cup of buttermilk, some sugar. I usually go about a 1/2 cup sugar because I like mine sweeter. So you kind of want to gauge it based on the sweetness that you want. And you put a little bit of butter and a little bit of water, and you mix it up. So I always put my batters into a measuring cup like this. So I've already started my little round of hoe cakes, taking that one off. And then it's easy to just portion it out. Like you can do mini ones, like little dollar ones, $10, dime dollar, whatever they're called. My daughters like the small ones. So you go small, and then you can go big either way. So I talked with Adrian earlier this week, and what you're going to find out when Adrian comes on set is he likes to hunt, and which was actually a very entertaining conversation because I grew up in a household of hunters. Now, he doesn't actually eat the game that he seeks out, but he enjoys doing it. So when he comes on, we're going to talk about that. He also likes to fish, another thing we discussed, and he's going to talk about his injury and how he's going to kind of rehab himself. I guess there's a long rehab process, which I'm unfamiliar with rehab. I've never been injured like that, but he's going to talk about that. So in a few seconds, Adrian is going to join me on set, and we're going to show you how to prepare this entire menu. So I am Jen Heasley. This is Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros, and in a few seconds, Adrian will be right back on set with me. So welcome back. I'm here with Adrian. He's actually sampling our drink for what we have later on. We'll show them later, right?
Yeah, later.
Later in the show. So this is Adrian Hamilton, and he plays for the Baltimore Ravens.
Hey, everyone.
Adrian is currently on injured reserve because, just real quick, tell them what happened so we can move forward.
I had surgery on my wrist, which currently has me on injured reserve.
Enough said.
Short and sweet.
So short and sweet. Then we cut to the point. Okay. What Adrian is going to sample real quick is the hash brown casserole that we prepared for our brunch menu. Go ahead and sample, and I will talk about what's in here. So you're going to take some store-bought shredded hash browns, and I actually saute some onion and pepper, and then I throw in the hash brown.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Shocking.
He's shocked that it's good, which makes me really feel even better. But so what do you throw in? But it's spicy though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There's a kick. So the kick is you throw in sour cream with some chipotle. Oh. Some chipotle peppers in the adobo sauce.
Oh, Southwestern taste, that's why.
That's a Southwestern twist. I said it's a spicy menu. So it has the backside of the sour cream. So you take your you take your bag of hash browns, 1 bag. You mix it with 2 cups of the sour cream.
Yeah,
There you go, with the Chipotle. And you saute 1 pepper, 1 onion, you mix it all together. Throw in some cheese. I have some cheddar cheese in there, about a cup, cup and a half. And you bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes to 40 minutes, kind of wherever the tenderness you want of your potatoes.
Yeah, my peppers are tough too.
See, I did a good job. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the rest of our meal. Adrian, because he likes catfish.
Definitely.
That's one of the things we talked about. This is actually something he makes at home, but he doesn't do it the way we're going to do it today.
A new style.
The new style, because he uses a box version to fry his catfish, but we won't talk about that. It's okay. So he's going to chop up. He's going to slice the catfish into like basically fingers, right? Gotcha. And I'm going to talk about how we're going to make our batter, and then you're going to tell us about how you hunt and do what you do, right?
Deer.
He hunts deers. All right, so for our batter, real quick, Adrian, you take a cup and a half of all-purpose flour, about 3/4 cup of cornmeal, and then you put in a can and a half of beer. Now, I use a light beer because anyone knows me, I drink a light beer, but you could use like a lager if you wanted to, and then I throw in some Old Bay and some cayenne, and that's the batter. That's it.
Oh, simple.
That is super simple. All right, so let's talk. All right, let's go back to your growing up. You're coming from Dallas, and out of Dallas, when did you start hunting? Because we talked about this part.
I didn't start hunting actually until I got to college at Texas Tech.
At Texas Tech, friends. Texas Tech.
The Red Raiders.
But no, tell us what you said. You went on a church group? Who taught you? Who took you?
We asked a church group, a men's group,
Men's
and
group,
we
okay.
went out into West Texas and was hunting deer. So my first experience shooting and sitting in a tree for hours and just doing the most.
The best part is in the Northeast, and I love his accent, and they was. All right, so when you were sitting in the tree stand, am I correct?
Correct.
Oh, I am correct. See, I'm so knowledgeable. So when you're sitting in the tree stand, like what was? You said it was peaceful. That's why you liked it.
Oh, definitely quiet, just putting out corn everywhere, waiting for hours for a deer to smell it and run.
Smell it and run. See, so that was what he enjoyed doing. So outside of hunting, what are some of the other things you enjoy doing? We were entertained when we realized that we both knew and understood hunting, so that was entertaining for us. But what are some of the other things that you do outside of hunting on your spare time?
Oh, well, football takes a lot of my time, so I try to just get away from the game by fishing, playing basketball, just something to stay busy.
Right.
Busy work.
Busy work. I don't know what busy work would be. So, or do you enjoy reading? Do you enjoy going to the movies?
Definitely just having family time, spending time with my family is a great time.
You did talk about Xbox.
Oh, Xbox.
The fact that like every person in your age, like, okay, I have never played Xbox in my life. I play Wii though. Does that matter? Does that count?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't count. How does it not count? All right, so we're going to continue here with this on our menu, but when we return in a few minutes, we're going to talk about your foundation. But what we want you to know, what I want everyone to know is the sauce that we're going to put on our catfish.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. It's habanero sauce, right?
It's a honey habanero.
Yeah.
So the honey habanero is very simple. You're going to take about 3 or 4 habaneros, and you're going to steep it in honey. You're going to take about 20 ounces of honey, and you're going to steep your habaneros in there for about an hour, actually. And you throw in some orange zest and a little bit of orange juice. Does that sound delicious?
It does.
It does sound delicious.
Wait.
And it's going to work really well with the catfish and our hoe cakes, because the hoe cakes are the foundation.
Oh, the hoe cakes.
Those are the hoe cakes. Yeah. That's the foundation for our catfish. So really quick, look at the batter. See the texture we have here?
Yeah, nice and watery.
I know, it's nice and watery. That's why I'm going to add a little more cornmeal. So, but when you dip it in, you want it to be thick. You want it to pull off with a drop so that it's not running just the way it is. And you always have to work with the texture of any batter that you make. Is that what you do when you make your batter? No, he doesn't, because he gets it from a box. All right. So who taught you to cook?
My mom.
Your mom?
She started early, like when I was like 12.
Okay. She got you in the kitchen?
Unfortunately, she made me cook Thanksgiving food.
Are you serious?
Yeah, definitely.
What was the first thing you cooked for a Thanksgiving meal?
It was, I think it was like the greens.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Collards? Now,
Yes,
what'd you use?
Collards.
All right, what'd you use? Did you use a ham hock or
Ham
a smoked?
hocks and bacon.
Oh, and bacon, ham hocks and bacon. There was no. So when you moved from collards, then what was your next step up? Because that's not a short step to start with. That's like a hard learn. So what was the next thing you moved on to after that?
Macaroni.
Oh my gosh. Now what kind of cheeses do you use in your macaroni?
Belvita.
He uses Velveeta, so he uses Velveeta. I use Velveeta too, so it's okay. I use Velveeta and a bunch of other cheeses. So when Adrian and I actually really return, we're going to continue to fry our catfish, and we're going to show you how we make this amazing fruit dip, which my kids love. They take to every single event. I take to every single event I go to. We're going to have our eggs with our sausage, and then we will move on to our drink. So this is Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros. I'm here with Adrian Hamilton of the Baltimore Ravens. Give a shout out.
Let's go Ravens.
He loves to hunt, and we'll be right back. And so, Adrian and I are back.
Welcome.
Welcome. What I'm preparing, Adrian, is what we call probably the first part of our dish. It's the hoe cake. Stop it. It's the hoe cake, and we're going to put on our catfish.
Ooh, delicious.
Delicious, delicious, delicious. I'll give you a second piece, okay? All right, what's the best part of this whole dish, do you think?
The sauce.
The sauce is the habanero honey. Yummy. Okay, and we'll drop it on. And this is something that you can go online and get. Jen Heasley, Cooking with the Pros.net, you will see it. We're gonna drizzle it on. Okay. You like that? It was fancy. It was very fancy. So he's going to start with the catfish, the habanero honey, and his hoe cake. And the next part of our brunch menu, as I told you, will be some scrambled eggs, but it's going to be scrambled eggs with sausage with cheese.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's a brunch, but this is amazing because you can make this in a huge batch, and you can actually this be transported. If you were going to a game day, a tailgate, you could actually take this to a tailgate. You can, yeah.
Really?
You can transfer it. You can. All right, so real quick. So we've talked, you're about to eat, sample.
Nice and spicy.
It is nice and spicy. So you're sampling. While you are sampling, we talked a little bit before about, so I have about 18 eggs here, blended up with some milk, and I'm going to season it with some pepper and salt. And I just have some some butter that was browning. All right? We're going to scramble up the eggs.
Yeah.
And then we're going to throw in the sausage, but go ahead. So we're going to talk real quick about your foundation back in Dallas.
Yeah, it's called the Adrian Hamilton Outreach Foundation, and we basically focus on getting high school students awareness about college. So we do SAT prep, we do, dual credit classes, anything and everything that can help empower the high school student and getting ready for college.
Okay. So what would be the reason when you think about why that was your a foundation that you wanted to start? Was there some driving factor that took you to that idea, that concept?
Basically just me and my path getting ready to the NFL, going from transferring from school to school, not really knowing. Knowing to get a loan, but not really knowing the steps and the process it really takes to transfer into school, or myself getting ready to go to college, having opportunity to go different schools. So just basically, giving back to the youth, the knowledge that I have obtained in these last 6-7 years.
In the NFL, okay. Yeah. So, I know because obviously we've talked, like I've been, in the public schools for many years teaching, and a lot of the kids don't understand the value of securing the loans, securing the grants, even possibly securing a scholarship, like what that really means long-term after they've graduated. Like that's really, they're investing in themselves if they're able to do that groundwork beforehand.
Definitely. It's basically a great feeling to leave college without a loan, student loan. It's a lot
of money after the fact. There could be a lot of years paying that money back, okay, people? So if you're able to do that ahead of time, like having that foresight, right?
Yeah,
okay.
After you graduate, your money you make is your money. You don't have to pay back to Uncle Sam and have to take another loan to pay your own loan. So.
A previous loan, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna talk about this in a second. So what I'm doing again is the scrambled eggs. And what I've already done is I've taken some sausage, some what I call breakfast sausage. We had a whole conversation about breakfast sausage. And I browned it up. So you brown the sausage in advance, okay? And so once the eggs start really kind of scrambling, then I throw the sausage in. And I throw cheddar cheese in as well.
Oh, nice.
I know, it would be amazing. Yeah. All right, so Adrian is going to show you now how we make the orange crush. Because we tried it offset, and now we're on set. You take some. Go ahead.
Definitely. You take orange juice. What's the measurement?
To your liking.
To my liking. So a splash.
You could actually, and what you really, if you really wanted to be authentic with the orange crush, you would actually take an orange. You would juice a regular orange, but we're not that authentic, so we're just going with the orange juice.
And this is orange flavored vodka. And we're going to put a nice little bit in there.
Mine would be a splash, but his won't be. That's a lot.
Look, heavy-headed. And you take triple sec.
Another orange flavored. This is another orange
right
flavored
here.
drink. And he's gonna throw that in. This is the longest drink making process I've ever seen in my life.
I know you got to put make sure it's perfect.
Oh, you want? They should actually be equal parts, just so you know.
Oh,
they should be equal.
Know that.
They should be equal parts. Equal parts vodka, equal parts triple sec.
Version of the orange
This is the Adrian version. And now some
Sprite.
a lemon lime.
Are you strong?
It smells strong. I can smell strong. All right. While he's topping off his drink, which he will share with us. So as you move forward. And we talked a little bit, you know, once your NFL career possibly, well, possible, I mean, it will end, but what are your career aspirations beyond the NFL?
Just basically going back, you know, doing different football camps, coaching, some of the sort. Just always been a part of the game and helping people as much as I can.
Okay. So, but you told me that you own a trucking company or something.
Oh,
I mean, but he has a trucking company as well.
Yeah, I own a trucking company where basically I have drivers go from Walmart or Kroger, just moving different items. Nothing big, nothing special.
He's really not 100% sure of the ins and outs of it, but he has a trucking company, so you'll learn more once you're retired, right?
There you go.
There we go. That's how it works. So, when we finalize this, we're going to finish up our eggs. We're going to throw the sausage in and the cheese, and when we come back, we're going to have a special guest, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
And he's going to talk about a very important foundation for him. He's working between Baltimore and Pittsburgh, which we'll talk about that later. But he's working on a foundation, so he will be back. And when we come back, we're going to work on our fruit skewers. Okay, fruit skewers and some fruit dip. And Adrian's going to work on his part of it, which will be threading the fruit. Yes. And I will prepare the dip itself. So I'll be right back. I'm with Adrian Hamilton. This is Jen Heasley, Cooking with the Pros. And welcome back. Jen Heasley, Cooking with the Pros. I'm here with Adrian.
Hello.
And Adrian and I have prepared some fruit dip. Well, I did, he didn't, but he knows, he knows how to prepare it. So it's basically a packaged Cool Whip, right? We have about 2 cartons of that, and then a block of cream cheese softened, some confectioner's sugar, milk, and vanilla. And you blend it up.
That simple?
It's that simple.
Hey.
I'm all about easy, easy, easy. Now, Adrian has started to prepare our fruit skewers. This is his handiwork. It's amazing. And he's going to continue to develop these.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Create these. But we actually have a special guest today.
Mike, come on.
Mike. Come on, Mike. And Mike is going to talk about a very important foundation near and dear to him. Say hello first.
Thank you very much. Hello. I'm Mike, and thanks for having me today.
You're so welcome. Thank you for being here.
Today I'm here to talk about the Halodi Nada Family Foundation. The man behind this, you all know him as number 92 on the field, number 1 in your hearts. The guy that destroys, every offensive line that comes, in his way. So his foundation, when he started his foundation, he really didn't want to focus on just one group.
Okay.
He wanted to help. He actually wanted, to spread his wings out and try and help everybody else, because that's just the kind of person that he is.
Right.
Very giving, very loving, and he just wants everybody to do better. So. See here, this is going on our 3rd year now. Our first year we had a luau here in Baltimore.
I wasn't invited, but now that I know, I'm coming next year.
Well, and it's really nice because you don't have to go to Hawaii or the islands to.
We actually bring it to you.
Yeah, we bring it here. So the first year we did a luau for the Wounded Warrior Foundation. So we raised a lot of money, especially for the wounded and fallen soldier.
Okay.
In the off season, when he comes home to Utah, he has a football camp.
Okay.
And football camp is basically focused on the offensive line and the defensive line, just because every single football camp, they focus.
They have to have a focus.
They focus on the quarterbacks, the glamour guys.
It's all right. I like sacks on it.
And the cool thing about it is free. It's a free football camp, so everybody gets to go in for free.
See, the free part, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then this last 3 weeks ago, we had another luau here in Baltimore. Another one. Sorry.
It's okay.
And
again, I wasn't invited, but now that I know, I will be.
Yes. We did. We raised money for the Johns Hopkins diabetes research.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So that is a very touchy subject for him, and he wanted to do something special for them. And now this year we're having another food drive right now, and that's what we're working on right now.
So you just keep going. So it's an ongoing process.
He just wants to keep
foundations,
giving.
right?
He just wants to keep giving. So to get more information about the foundation, all you have to do is log on and go to www.nada, which is NGATA 92.com.
See, he started that. So let's look at the amazing fruit skewers. Adrian has worked on.
Fantastic.
Magnificent.
He's like, look at my handiwork. He's like, no.
It looks fantastic.
He's done a great job. Okay, so we've had a great menu. Do you agree?
A great menu. Awesome menu.
Do you agree?
I do.
Okay, so at the end of all of my shows, when I round it out,
Okay.
after we've sampled our food, had our desserts, had our drinks, I always like to ask my guests one thing.
Which is?
Do I have to think about it? Or?
Well, I like to people. So typically I say, who do you want in your kitchen on game day? Why are you thinking so hard? It shouldn't be that difficult.
I don't know. After having those pancakes,
You going with me?
Yeah.
Jen.
Jen, okay, so say goodbye. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you
Bye-bye.
very soon. Take care. Jen Heasley's Cooking with the Pros. Look at that food skewer. It's amazing. See you soon. So hey, I am on my set, and I'm here with my friend Paul Mittermeier.
Hello, Jen.
Hello, darling. And Paul works for the Ed Block Foundation, and I've been to the event 2 years in a row, and it's amazing. So Paul is going to give me an update on what I should expect this year.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. First off, we're gathering all the information. Of course, all the athletic trainers are getting together the information. One recipient from each NFL team comes to Baltimore in March, and the players are in the process right now of selecting their recipients. And I can tell you we've gotten about 11 recipients in so far. We have some big names already, so stay tuned for our press conference coming up January 7th to announce all our recipients for the foundation. I did want to talk about one thing we're doing. Lenny Moore, who I know is near and dear to your heart, Penn State graduate, he will be 80 years old on November the 25th. And what we're doing is we're partnering with some city councilmen in Baltimore. We're trying to create a fundraiser to have Lenny Moore, a wax statue, and also a statue of Lenny in Baltimore, much like Johnny Unitas.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So we're gonna have a big press conference. We'll announce that, and hopefully we can get some funds going to help Lenny be immortalized in Baltimore. He's done so much, not just on the field, but off the field in the Baltimore community. He's been a staple in the community his entire life, and we want to get this done for Lenny Moore. You can, for information on how to donate, you can actually check out Lenny Moore statue at gmail.com, or you can email us at the foundation. Just hit me up, paulm@edblock.org.
That would be awesome. And this is a great event. I've loved it every single year. And what they're doing as far as acknowledging the players that have come back from an injury is amazing. So Paul and I will be there together again this year.
Yep.
And so look for the sites, see how you can donate, and make it happen. So thank you. You say goodbye?
Bye, Jen.